Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. My name is Mira and this is my channel where I channel and give you advice or whatever we're feeling like digging into. Today is something a little bit more serious. What I pulled for the energy of what the collective needed before I decided what or how I decided I was going to go into today's pick a card. The energy was very no nonsense, we'll just say. And so if you feel like you need a little bit of that no nonsense direction, then this is the reading for you. It is probably going to be a little bit more blunt. I don't really sugarcoat, but we're definitely not sugarcoating in this one. We're getting to it, we're getting to the root, and then we're finding you an exit strategy. So let's pull the pile of signifier cards. 111, as I'm looking down at the clock, as I finish that intro, which was totally not planned, as you could probably tell. Is that a piece of hair? Yes, it is. Could have energy clinging to you guys. Collective. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. All right, the timestamps will be down below in the description. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is too much. Like, literally, so many cards fell. And this is 2 cards, so. Pile number 1. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these. But no, I really want to shuffle them on camera. Okay, pile number 1. Thank you. All right, this is how we're going to do it. Pile number 1, number 2, and number 3 when I cut the deck, please. No, no, we're not doing that. All right, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Thank you. Whew, they want to speak. Pile number 1, we have creation partnered. Pile number 2, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. Bro, I don't know what this yellow shit is on my finger, but like, it's been there for like 2 days. I don't remember what I did to it. Reminds me of when I stained my hand with like a black walnut before. I don't know why that's coming up right now. And then pile number 3, 3, oh my goodness. We have glamour energy. All right, I will see you guys in your piles. If you need a moment, pause the video. Toodles. Hello, pile number 1. You guys chose creation partnered. Now let's see it. Immediately, my heart dropped. Whoa there. Whoa there, guys. I feel like I want to go with my light zeros tarot for you guys. So we're going to be getting 4 cards. We're going to be getting what truth is being avoided, of course. Why the cost of remaining in your avoidance, and then your exit point, which is the next action or direction. Oh, it feels like there's a knot in my chest. You guys could really be experiencing a lot of like anxiety or like bodily, like tension, muscle tension, stuttering. You could, oh, all right. Or maybe this anxiousness that we're feeling is the aversion to the truth. Maybe this is a truth that we really don't want to see, because it rocks our foundation. We have to look at things differently. If this were true, it would mean these things that I thought were true before were not true. And it just might mean that I have to do things differently. That nothing is as it was. Everything is different now. What is the truth that is being avoided here? And can we only get one card, please, Spirit? Pile number 1 is avoiding what truth? The 4 of Wands. Let's check the back of the deck energy. I feel like the back of the deck energy really is going to be that deciding point in what way this goes. Justice. Okay. I'm going to cut the deck just to make sure, but I believe that I know exactly what we're looking at here. 3 of Cups is all about the stages of life, the stages of growth, right? Well, it doesn't have. There are so many different interpretations, but we're going to take it as it is, as it's coming to me. We have the Mother, the Maiden, and the Crone. All 3 different versions or archetypes that we embody throughout our lives. Right, run with the thread. And with that 3 of Cups, ooh, Queen of Pentacles. I didn't even notice these fell because I was staring out my window into the darkness, because it's just my blinds. But anyways, okay. There might be things moving so fast, and because you're looking away at nothing, you're missing it. You're missing it. You're missing the good things. You're missing the fun. You're missing the joy. We also have the 9 of Pentacles. You're missing the joy of what life could be. With the Queen of Pentacles, you're missing out on the stability, the self-worth that comes with recognizing this truth right here. And the truth that is being avoided is that you can't keep on moving the way that you're moving. It's that your behaviors and your patterns and some of the ways in which you operate or see things are outdated. This is needing to look yourself in the mirror. This is being like, to me, this reads right now as blissfully ignorant, and this is wide awake. You're ignoring and avoiding the disharmony within, because if it really is disharmony within, then that means the way that I've been seeing everything is completely backwards, or that means that I might be at fault for certain things that are happening in my life. And like I said, this message, if you don't want a harsh, straight to the point, straight to the gut message, this is not going to be for you. This is genuinely like calling out. We have the two forces here, the two partners. The Four of Wands is a stable union. We also have creation partnered, and they're like sort of like the yin yang. One's head is at the feet, and the head is at the feet, you know? There might be some emotional enmeshment here. So the truth really, if I could sum it up into one sentence, the truth that is being avoided is that it's time for change, and that the way you're living right now, or the mindset you're operating from right now, is causing you disharmony. And you might be projecting that onto your external world, onto people in your world, onto situations in your world, onto work, onto whatever. You might be using this sword as like I'm getting like the energy of attacking when the real pain you're trying to defend from is within. Loud car just went by. Yeah. It's about making conscious emotional decisions when you're in that emotional state. It's about choosing when you're in that place to reflect instead of deflect, right? All right. Why? Why is there such a strong resistance to this truth? Just one card, please. Another one where I feel like the back of the deck is going to define this, because it's so happy. But you're not happy. And maybe you feel like if you continue moving the way that you're moving, because it makes logical sense to you, that eventually you're going to feel it. Eventually you're going to be happy. Eventually it's going to work. Eventually all this trudging through the mud is going to bring you to exactly what you wanted it to bring you to, because if it doesn't, if you've been doing it wrong this whole time, that means you've been suffering. You've been misled or misguided for no reason. It's like, well, if I'm wrong about the way that I'm acting, or if I'm wrong about these certain key things, this is like deeply ingrained beliefs that certain things should be certain ways, or it's some, they're not giving me specifics, and they usually give me a lot of specific examples, but they're not giving it to me. So it's very much up to you to determine what that is. Is very deep. This could have been, and is very likely, ways that you were shown that love was, ways that you were shown that connection was. And maybe you're having to build this up again. Maybe you're having to break down what you thought family, or what you thought love, or what you thought connection was. and see it in a whole different way. And it's difficult because it makes you feel like you've been living a lie. Back of the deck, Temperance, and cut, the Magician. There's a really deep energy of being at fault here. It couldn't be me. It's not my fault. You guys could just be playing out the role that you were forced to play. Whether like outwardly forced or like just put in that position to where you had to step into this position. You guys are playing out that role in your new reality and wondering why it's not working. And the reason is because that was once your reality. That was once what best served you in the situation that you were in, but you're in a new situation right now. You're in a better situation right now. And this better situation, it calls for a different version of you. A version of you that knows you're calm and your peace. A version of you that is grounded and consistent. A version of you that is sure. And that is emotionally regulated. And that feels safe. Emotionally safe. Physically and financially safe. Whatever you struggled with. What's the cost of remaining in this avoidance for pile number 1? The Ace of Wands. Back of the deck, Two of Swords. This is indecision, the inability to get out of a situation. This is, you notice how her eyes are willfully shut and her eyes are blindfolded? This is projection. This is, you will continue to feel like a victim. You will continue to experience life as if things are happening to you and you will continue to experience life and to attract experiences in life that make you feel disempowered, that make you feel wronged, that make you feel opposed. This might be the energy that you've been projecting onto your life, because this is the energy that was, and I don't want to invalidate you, because this energy was true for you one time. There was one time, or there was a long period of time, maybe your whole life, where you were projected upon, and you were, everything that you're believing right now. And people treated you, and you were in situations where the way that things are going here absolutely makes sense for you to behave like that. But now we're in a different scenario and you're having a hard time recognizing that you're in different soil. That's what it is. And the cost of remaining in this avoidance is that you are causing a rot to spread in your garden. And you are spoiling your harvest. I'm hearing the song, get out right now, it's the end of you and me. Jojo, get out. it's such a dramatic song. It's a song that you kind of just want to like against the wall and slide down while she's singing her like really, I don't know, there's just this energy like it's, I don't want to say that, but I'm gonna say it anyways. It's bratty energy. It's, oh no, look at me. And that might be the energy that you've been operating from, because maybe now you're in a safe place where you can do that, where you do have maybe people or situations that allow you to sort of like be like that, and your system feels safe enough to get that out when perhaps it didn't before. That's another way to look at it. But it is behavior to be worked on, not to be exploited or to be used, you know, in an unhealthy way. Okay. The exit point, your next action. So the next action and where it's going to take you. We have the Fool coming out right over the Four of Wands, back of the deck, Five of Cups. It's going to take you to real healing, to real alchemization. Okay, I got to where it's going to take you before I even... Okay, the work. Your exit point is the work. It is sitting down and it is studying yourself. It is studying your behaviors, studying your patterns. It is getting to know yourself on the deepest level, getting to know your conditions, studying the people in your life that you grew up around, the people who had influence over you, recognizing where you picked up certain qualities or certain traits or certain ideas or certain habits. This is really just studying at length who you are, so that you can have a better understanding, so that you're not just coming at everything emotionally and uninformed. Because coming at something emotionally is not a bad thing, but coming emotionally and uninformed, it's not helpful. You need to be informed, right? So that you can recognize, so that you can be completely honest with yourself. Look, we're talking about you being emotional. Yes. Be completely honest with yourself on a soul level, without all the extra, oh, but this and but that, and the excuses, which are valid, but are not relevant now. If you can be, you need to put in this work so that you can be completely honest with yourself about the way that you are holding yourself back. The devil is all about chains. It's about, it can be about restrictions, temptation, stuff like that. But it's the binds that hold us back, the binds that weigh us down. And in your case, it was this, right? And likely a lot of little things that you're going to discover when you do this work. When you're completely honest with yourself, when you can put your emotions and your pride to the side and say, you know what, I do that. That's toxic. I do that. And I don't know where that comes from, but I'm going to find out. Right? When you can do that, you're finally going to recognize all maybe the opportunities, it's going to be a bittersweet moment, because you're going to be proud of yourself that you're in a new place and you're finally able to engage with this Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, beautiful environment that you're in a way that is untethered to the binds of your past, right? It's going to be beautiful in that sense, but it's also going to be a little heartbreaking, because you see all of the ways that you could have before and that you didn't. You see all of the ways that it could have been different, and it could have been exactly what you wanted, or better, sooner. But you just weren't ready to unravel that part yet. And this is where grace is going to need to come in. You're going to need to have grace with yourself when you finally do get to this point. And I do feel like it's coming soon for you if you choose to fully step out of the avoidance trap and the projecting. All right? Whew. Let's get you an oracle card. Pile number 1. What does pile number 1 need to know? Look at them both. And they both fell out like perfectly, almost parallel. We have acceptance. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. This is accepting that this is what's happening, not avoiding, accepting. To open the flow, to start the process of moving forward into what you really want, but what you fear requires too much work. Or a total shift in mindset. I'm actually going to put this 5 of Cups right here, because this feels like the heart of the reading right here. And if it doesn't to you now, it will. It will when you get to that point. Excuse me. And then we have individuality. Every person has their own personalized study plan in this Earth School. I feel like this is the grace that you're going to need to give yourself. Understand that, yeah, you did the best with that, the best that you could with what you had and what you knew, and maybe you prolonged it a little bit. Maybe you were stubborn. We all have those moments. We all have those cycles. We all have those times. We're all a little bitchy and bratty sometimes. And this was your season. Now you can step out of that and give yourself grace. All right. That is what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope it resonated, and I hope to see you in the next one. Toodles. Hello, pile number 2. You chose this card. And I actually didn't get to this signifier card in pile number 1, so I don't think I'm going to get to it for you guys either, unless I'm really feeling called at the end. But let's get into it. So, we're going to be getting 4 main cards. Sorry, my table is oily because my hands are like all lotiony and oily. So first we're going to be getting what truth is being avoided. Then we're going to be getting why it's avoided, why you're avoiding it, the cost of remaining in the avoidance, and then your next step and where that takes you. All right, let's get into it. Pile number 1's was so deep. So deep. I did not expect to go that deep. But it was beautiful. It really was at the end. Okay? Let's hope we get you something that beautiful here. Okay? Pile number 2. This feels like a weight in my throat. And in like my collarbone, my breastplate. Tap into pile number 2's energy, please, spirit. And I just started getting pains on the right side of my head and my neck. As I said that, I just started hearing like singing, but like the kind of singing that you would hear like on an ominous night if you were on a pirate ship full of men. Like, so it was like some deep like sort of like a sea shanty, but like some sort of shit that like you hear on Assassin's Creed Black Flag type energy. But there's something really ritualistic here. Either ritualistic or like spiritual. pile number 2. I'm also getting siren energy here. Some of you could relate with that. All right, pile number 2. What truth is being avoided? Just one card, please. Three of Wands, reversed. Temperance on the back of the deck, and I want to cut the deck just to see. You're avoiding the fact that you haven't fully alchemized a certain situation from your past. Yeah. You haven't fully released it. There's still emotional ties. This doesn't mean, this feels like to a partner or something. It could be a family member, but it really feels romantic. The truth that you're avoiding is that it keeps popping up and you keep on getting reminded of it, or not because of whatever you're thinking it is, but because you're still attached to it. And before you click off, let me explain. We can be attached to a situation without desiring that situation in our lives. Some ways we attach ourselves to a situation, or we resist releasing the situation, is by holding on to the narrative that situation created in our minds about situations like these situations. So this could be a situation. I feel like I said situation like 75 times. Take a shot. Rewind this and take a shot every time I say situation. Okay? But pile number 2. There's a situation from your past that really impacted you in more ways than you would like to admit. And it didn't just impact you emotionally. It impacted some fundamental part of how you relate to others, or how you relate to romantic partners. If this is a family member, then this is how you relate to family. If this is a friend, then this is how you relate to friends. But I'm going to say partner because that's the way it's reading to me. So fill in the blank. The truth that you're avoiding here is that you're still holding on to it. You still replay the story. You see things in your current life that remind you of your past, and you bring the past narrative into the present moment when it doesn't fully align. And I feel like this ends up hurting you. It ends up causing like some sort of disappointment or dissatisfaction or regret. And like I said, you don't have to want this situation, want this person back, desire to love this person. You don't need that in order for this to be true. It could be, this person cheated on me, and now I believe that anytime my person gets distant or starts being moody or doesn't take me back that they're cheating on me. It could be this person or these people never catered to me. So I can't rely anyone else to cater to me. And, you know, creating hyper independent tendencies and stuff like that. Fill in the blank. It's a situation that taught you something about the way that you related or the way that people showed up for you. And you're constantly pulling that narrative in to your present moment. And yeah, let's see why. Why? No, one card, please. Why? Why can't they? Thank you. The Lovers reversed. I'm hearing, hit me, baby, one more time. And then, oops, I did it again. I don't know why Britney Spears is coming up. The Lovers reversed. Because you would rather be disappointed than surprised. You would rather feel like you thought it all out. I knew this was going to happen. Rather than, I can't believe I was put in that situation again. I can't believe I was treated like this again. I can't believe this happened to me again. You would rather be able to say, yeah, I knew it already. It was only a matter of time. I seen it coming. It's pride, a little bit of ego. It's protection. Pile number 1 was so long. I feel like you guys aren't going to be that long. I feel like the message is like for y'all. Sorry, I can't snap with my right hand. Barely. Because if you're wrong, then that means that there's something wrong with you. Like either you were stupid or naive or you chose wrong. There's this energy of really not wanting to feel like you chose wrong. You should have had it all figured out by now, is the energy here. Yeah. Because you guys really believe in yourself. You really believe in your personal power. You really believe in your ability to make things happen, your ability to follow through. There is no doubt in my mind that you guys know how powerful you are. And so to have a betrayal or something happened, or to have something from your past that hurt you so deeply then resurface in the present, it just would feel lighter, the slightest bit lighter, to say, I knew it was going to happen, than to sit with being shocked and betrayed again. Yeah, but it's different now, honey. All right. All right. The cost of remaining in your avoidance about this. The cost of staying in this energy. Oh, honey. I don't even have to explain it. It is going to be, I heard, a self-fulfilling prophecy. Agony. Heartbreak. This is, you're draining your emotional cup. The cost of remaining, look, I'm holding the deck like this, and this card just flipped like this. You're going to end up losing something that was very, very fulfilling for you, or that could have been very, very fulfilling for you. All because you wanted to, not all because you wanted to, but because you were unable to recalibrate. Yeah, because you were unable, or not even unable. You see, that's the thing here. I feel like the message is starting to get a little soft, but I feel like the real energy that wants to come through is like, because you are unwilling to just trust, or to try and trust, you're going to end up hurting yourself. You're going to end up barren, because, like, dry and barren, because your fear was greater than your faith. Yeah, all because you wanted to have some sort of control. That's what this is. If I know, I can't be surprised. I can control the narrative. If I can't control the narrative, I can at least control how I react to it. And if I can control how I react to it, at least I can control how I feel about it, because I've already thought this through in my head 75,000 times before. You know, it's that kind of energy. What is this? Seven of Cups. Choose what you want to believe. All right. What is the exit point here? The next action. That's how it came out in pile number 2 as well. I mean, pile number 1 as well. They all came out singularly because I was looking for singular cards. And then this is a compound question because it's the next action and the direction. And then they came out with 2. So I just find that really lovely. I've been using that word lately. I never use that word. That's weird. But anyways, your next action is to trust, is to have faith, is to get into your spiritual shit, get into your spiritual bag, start taking more care of yourself, and especially your mind. Your mind is where everything shifts, right? So if you can get your mind on board, you can get everything on board. But I just heard, but you might want to connect with your body. So this is just like really just connecting with yourself in general. Pile number 1 kind of got that energy too, connecting with themselves, but very, very different. I would not say go watch pile number 1 if you weren't drawn to it, because it's not the same energy at all. But yeah, this is creating a clear channel. You need to create a clear channel. You need to set some time apart for you to really connect with yourself, so that you can start to, and I feel like you guys used to be able to, but like somewhere along the road it got clouded. You need to be able to really connect with yourself so that you can identify what is intuition and what is fear, what is like just a knowing or a feeling that you have that is telling you something, and what is pattern recognition from your past leading you to untrue narratives about the present. And then where it's leading you, it is slow and steady progress. It's leading you towards Look, she's growing. She's literally growing roots. I think this is leading you towards more certainty. And not just certainty, but it's like peace. Look at her face. Look at her stance. She's calm. She's peaceful. She's aligned. It kind of feels like I just got a vision of someone slotting in the last little puzzle piece and it making the whole picture complete. This is the saddest, but it's not about the puzzle. It's about the feeling that comes with solving that thousand piece puzzle, right? That final satisfaction as you click in that last piece. This is complete satisfaction, but it's not satisfaction that is fleeting. It's something that stays, and it's something that grows and gets bigger, and not just gets bigger, it gets stronger, but it is slow. This is slow and steady security in whatever it is that you're looking for it in. It could be in a connection. It could just be in yourself. All the trees there, I just feel like for some reason that screams ancestors to me, and I never really seen it like that before. We have the big tree right here too. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so yeah, I feel like your ancestors are like, stand tall. Stand tall and stand strong and stand on what you believe. Just make sure your beliefs are your beliefs and not your fears. Right, and not your past. All right, I'm gonna get 2 oracle cards for you guys. Pile number 2, please. What do they need to know? Oracle messages for pile number 2, please. Self-love. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. And then we have trust. Look, we were talking about trust in your reading. That's crazy. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. Surrender, girl. Surrender. Or boy, whoever you are. This one wants to come out too, so I'm going to read it. Oh, that's going to bother me. Divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the whatever that is, or this could just be interpreted as your inner guidance, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance and not chase it. All right, I love that for you guys. But that is all I have for you, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it, and have a good one. Toodles. All right. Oh, pile number 3, I didn't even get your signifier. Well then, hello, pile number 3. This is going to be your reading, and you chose glamour energy. Let's get into it. We're going to be getting what truth is being avoided, why it's being avoided, the cost of remaining in that avoidance, and then your next action now that we know, and now that it's all out in the open, laid out for us, and where that's going to take you. All right, let's get into it. This pile already feels a little bit lighter than the last 2 piles. Their energies, like, it's like as soon as I came in, they hit me like a truck, and I was like, whew. Your energy feels a little bit more subtle, and it feels a little lower. Their energy felt high. Like, I mean, high in my body, like in my chest, in my back, in my ribs, kind of, in my throat. Your energy feels like it's resting in the center of my lower back. So I guess like that's solar plexus and sacral point, and like sitting down in like the curvature of my spine. It's like I have a weighted blanket right there. It's heavy. It's a little annoying, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. Perhaps you guys are already at that point of acceptance. All right. What truth is being avoided for my pile number 3? I was about to call you pile number 4 for some reason. I actually don't feel like this is your card. For some reason, it just doesn't feel right. If it is right, it'll come out again. And then that'll be on me. What truth is being avoided for pile number 3? I'm hearing pack up your shit and go, 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 go. By Cat Burns. There's a version of it also that she sings with Sam Smith. Oh, I didn't even mean to start shuffling. Anyways. Yeah, that's what I thought. Whoa. Did not mean to do that. I feel like Spirit just cleared the energy. I feel like Spirit confirmed it to me with that 10 of Swords that I just cut to. And then Spirit was like, all right, let's fucking get to it. All right, y'all. Y'all probably very, very, very aware of this. At that point of acceptance, now I'm feeling it in my throat. Now I'm feeling it in my throat. Y'all have to release something or someone. It feels like someone, but it might be something. It feels like the truth that's being avoided is that you've been sitting in this for way too long. You've been staying in this for way too long. The situation has run its course, and it is no longer healthy for you. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you are fatigued. And look at how her energy is also being pulled into that. The more she plays with this and stays there, it's like the more you reminisce over these spilled cups, the more you, it's like, this is like getting caught in fantasy or fantasizing. This is, I know this situation will never happen again, or I know that this situation isn't good for me, but I'm still gonna sit in my room and think about it. I'm still going to allow it to occupy space in my mind. I'm still going to entertain it. I'm still gonna get readings about it, all of that. The truth that's being avoided here, 5 of Cups, Knight of Swords, King of Pentacles. Sorry guys, I got interrupted for a couple minutes, but there were a lot of messages coming to my mind as I was off screen. Anyways, I don't remember the exact message that we left off on, but I do want to speak on this. this glamour energy with this Five of Cups in this situation that you know that you need to leave behind. This is painting the roses red. The energy of rose-colored glasses, but only you don't have rose-colored glasses. You see the situation for what it is, and you choose to move within the situation like it is what it isn't, or it isn't what it is. There's something about this situation, connection, whatever, that feels, I was gonna say something, but now all that's coming to my mind is immobile and stale. Oh, like too much labor. It's something that feels like labor, like you have to do a lot to keep this thing running. It's like, I heard I run a tight ship. So, there's a lot of labor that needs to be put into whatever this is that you are holding on to. And the truth that you're avoiding is that it's costs too much for what it's worth, essentially. You're avoiding the fact that you know that you need to put it down, that you deserve better. Why? Why are you avoiding this truth? Fell on the floor. We have the World. Because it would change everything. For some of you, you might have to move physically. For others of you, it would change your social circle. Could change people's perceptions of you. There could be like an energy of, I owe them this, or they were around for my lowest moments, so shouldn't I be around for theirs? Or I just heard something drop in the other room. A feeling or a sense that you dropped the ball. There's a want or a need here to be right about this, to be right about making this choice, or right about choosing this person, or right about having this thing, or right about something here. Yes, it is in a prideful way. Yes, it is in an egotistical way, but it's more like, well, what does that mean about me? Similar to pile number one, but different. What does that, it's very similar to pile number one in the why, but the whole reading is very, 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 very different. But it's like, what does it mean about me if this isn't it? If my choice was the wrong choice? But also, the why is also, I don't want everything to change. I don't want the rug ripped out from under me. I don't think that I could handle the fallout. It's sort of like in Matilda where, like, you know, she's dancing and she's having a good old time and she's, you know, making everything fly around the room. But when her focus breaks, everything falls to the floor where it's at. It doesn't go back in its places like it's supposed to. It doesn't, you know, get cleaned back up. When her focus breaks, it falls apart. And that might be an indicator here that this pile is for you, or that this thing is like seriously not worth your energy. Is that when you break your focus, when you don't put in the work, it falls apart, or it breaks apart, because you're the only person sustaining it. There is also a feeling of like being alone, not wanting to be alone. We have legs, and one, and like bent legs. For some reason, it's like you've put yourself second to whatever this is, whether this is a person or a situation. It's like you've put yourself and your freedom and your self-expression second to whatever this is. All right. What is the cost of remaining in your avoidance? What is the cost of remaining in their avoidance for pile number 3? The 8 of Wands. I feel like this is conflict. I just heard the quote from the movie Jack and Jill with Adam Sandler that I haven't watched in forever, where the kid goes, busted, disgusted, never to be trusted. It seems like some sort of it seems like shit hits the fan. Like, if you keep continuing with the avoidance, it's going to get to a point where it hits the fan to the point where you can no longer avoid it. Very different from the energy from the other piles. It's like, in the other 2 piles, if they avoid it, they'll just keep on living in their misery. You guys, if you avoid it, then it's going to come to a head. Every little tiny, like, infraction is going to eventually come together and compound on itself. Like, compound, that's not the right word, but like, that's the energy here. Yeah, something, Queen of Wands, like that spark, like, yeah, King of Wands, come on. This is going to be some sort of battle here. Take it however it comes to you, whatever you are intuitively like, that's what it is, then that is what it is. But the cost of remaining in your avoidance is, it's a disruption that is so loud or so sudden or so fast or so intense that it is unavoidable. You're unable to just la-di-dee, la-di-doo, la-di-dum your way through it anymore. It all comes to a point where you're forced to sit down. Yeah, that Knight of Pentacles again. What? Yeah, you're forced to sit down and reevaluate. You're eventually going to end up fully accepting this, no matter, it's like you're eventually going to accept the fact that you know that this isn't for you. Because you'll just have to keep on putting out small little fires, and then one day you're going to look back and your house is on fire. And it's not because you didn't do your due diligence. It's not because you left a burner on. It's not because anything like that. It's because you allowed someone's dysfunction to take up space for so long that it finally combust, sort of. It's like your spirit is like, it's like a magnet, like when you try to put the two ends together that like don't go together and like they're repelling each other. Your spirit is like repelling this situation, repelling this person, repelling this situation big time. Big time. And the cost of that avoidance will be a situation that you cannot avoid. Not to scare you or anything. That's just the energy that's coming through. All right then. I'm not gonna take that, but yeah. It's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to face the music now and then, deal with the grief that comes with that, or do you want to keep yourself stuck in a period of indecision, which really is you making your choice? Because if you're already in something and the decision you're thinking about is like to get out of it, your indecision is your decision to stay exactly where you are. All right. The next action and where that's going to take pile number 3. Next action, pile number 3's next recommended action. Just getting it out in the open. This is like sharing. This feels like sharing your story with someone. Whatever it is that you're going through, this could be something that you don't realize. Like yes, you know the truth. You know what you've been avoiding, right? You know the basic gist of, oh, this isn't good for me. I need to get out of this, whatever. You might not recognize the extent of how unhealthy it is or just how much it's impacted you until you voice it out loud to another person or to other people. This could be a situation that you've kept under wraps for a long time, and it's finally time for you to get it off of your chest and to find some support that could help you through this. If you're afraid, like I said with the world here, if you are afraid of being alone, if that is a point here that resonates with you, it's time to build your support group, or go find support, or rally your support group if you already have a good support group. Yeah, and leave. This is moving on to better, moving on to new things, moving away from this. This is emotionally leaving this. Choosing that even though you love the damn beach, the beach is not the place for you right now. You know, like that kind of energy. And where does this take them? This doesn't feel like your card. And plus it didn't even wait for me to say my last statement. Thank you. All right, where is, if they start, and I feel like this is also, I'm hearing this, the one of the song, she's talking about the loud, oh my gosh, I can't speak, and I feel like that's relevant. But the line that she's saying is, I want to shout it from the rooftops, and that's just the one that keeps on coming into my head. It's called, I think it's called Secret Love Song by Little Mix, and I think like Jason Derulo's in it with them or something like that. Go look it up. It really, really might resonate with this situation. But there's just this energy of like either announcing to yourself, announcing to this person, both, announcing to other people, like I'm done. I'm done. Like, this is making a judgment call. That's what it is. It's not just an announcement. This is finding your support group, rallying your support group so that you have them when you need them, when the grief hits you, when the realization hits you, when the, oh my God, I did it hits you, when the, I wish I hadn't done it, but I know I needed to do it hits you. So this is rallying that support group, or finding that support group, and then being able to stand firm in your convictions when you put your foot down and say, okay, this is it. That making that judgment call, right? And where does that bring, where does that judgment call with the support behind them bring my pile number 3s? We have the Ace of Swords and the Sun. It brings you to clarity, peace, joy, happiness. You might not realize just how this situation has really bogged down your mind, bogged down your energy, bogged down your happiness. It's like when somebody gets out of like an abusive relationship and like realizes that they can finally like think clearly now, like, you know, they don't have another person's voice in their head, you know, like telling them, you know, what they should do or what they shouldn't do or what they think. I know that's something big that comes up in like therapy. I don't fucking know. But anyways, like that sense of well, whose voice is that really in your head? You know, you might go through one of those moments where it's like you recognize after you release this, like, oh, like some of the tendencies that I had to do certain things wasn't actually aligned with me at all. It was me aligning myself to what this person was aligned with, me aligning myself to that person's likes and dislikes, rather than me having a voice of my own. This is like, knowing that this person likes, McDonald's, and you really don't like McDonald's, but like you just default to ordering McDonald's because you know that that person likes McDonald's. It seems so small, it seems so insignificant, but moments like that pile up. Moments like that, especially consistent moments like that, consistent situations like that, where you're instinctively choosing what another person wants over what you want, to the point where it's not romantic anymore. It's not cute anymore. It's not self-sacrificing in a, oh, that's romantic way. It's literally like being brainwashed, like that kind of energy here. But yeah, you guys are going to find your clarity. This leads you to finding your clarity and actually finding yourself again. You could feel like it's been so long since you knew who you were outside of your role for everybody else, or outside of your role within this situation. And it's time for you guys to find that again. And that's where this brings you. All right. You get to rebuild, reinvent yourself. All right, pile number 3. Can I get an oracle card or 2 for them, please? Any other ones? All right, you guys got 3. So we have divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the blah, 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 or your higher self, your inner guidance, whatever, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. And then we have invite help. What the hell was I saying? What the hell was I saying? Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready. God, pursue me, or whoever you believe in. But this is like inviting help spiritually and in the physical, and your actual like physical peoples too. And I was talking about grief earlier, because in situations like this, sometimes grief doesn't hit until a little bit after. Sometimes it has a lag, right? And I feel like that's just a point to make here for some reason. Okay, and then we have grief. Tears are what happens when the ice in the heart melts. When you finally accept that you do deserve more, and that you've been settling, and that you've been pushing something that isn't working. When you've been sitting in something unhealthy for so long that it's hard to see your way out of it. That's what this card's about. The road ahead is rough and rocky, but it is so worth it. And every step forward makes you a little bit clearer headed. Makes you a little bit more strong enough to stand in your power enough to release this and be okay with that. All right, that's what I have for you guys. I hope it resonated, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Toodles.